Welcome back, guys. I've got it running good. My main focus, oil pressure and temperature. I've got this Davis and Craig. I'll explain it better after. The alternator's not connected. That's another job, but I've got all these terminals. It's just ridiculous. Had to use a second battery just to give it a bit of extra power just to start it. But yeah, I've just got to wire the alternator up, but I've got to worry about that when it's in the car. But the initial things I'm concerned about is, turn this on. All I'm focused on is temperature and oil pressure. So I've done the initial running in cam process. Just got the RPM up. I had a lot of problems with the timing. This is all new school to me. I've been in the EFI game now for a while, so it's a bit different in that regard. But yeah, got it running. The only oil leak I can find is this one little leak here. Oh, it's not a leak. It's actually pretty bad, but it's leaking out this bowl up here. So yeah, it's all good. I can worry about that. I've got to get decent block plugs for the side. But what I will do soon, I'll dump the oil out of the motor and just make sure there's no foreign matter in it. To see how it is. I've got fresh oil for it. But yeah, I'm running off the Escort's fuel system at the moment. But I'm using their the Ace's EFI fuel pressure regulator set up to 45 psi. So yeah, I just got a radiator. This is Worley, W-O-R-L-E-Y, free core. I'm running the Maradyne 12-inch Thermo fan, which is really powerful. It doesn't have any problems keeping the engine cool at idle, but once you get up to around close to 2000 RPM, it starts to struggle to keep the engine cool because obviously it's tight. It's a new motor. So I think what I might do, I've got, if you look on here, you've got two inputs. I've got fan 1, fan 2, so I can run another fan on top of that one, sort of on the front side of it, just to help it out a bit. But at the moment, I've got to run it off this Davis and Craig Thermo fan controller, and I've got the temperature sensor in here. So that's just the initial stages. That way I can gauge temperature here as well as up on this here. So the sending unit for the coolant, because this master kit was, this Ace's EFI master kit was for a Cleveland, so it just goes in around here. You can see it. But it needs, the idea of this self-tunes. So when it gets over 170 Fahrenheit, the coolant temperature, it starts self-tuning. But I can't really do much until the engine's in the car. Got the top loader behind it. Then I can start driving the car on the road and just give the EFI a chance to self-learn. So yeah, yeah, that's where I'm at. I just randomly had this engine running, started up again after the cam run-in, and thought I might as well do a YouTube on this. So yeah, pretty awesome, very awesome. But I think people talk about radiators and what you should be running. My idea is to have really good thermo fans. That's the idea, in my opinion. And you've got to have the right thermostat. So everything just is sweet. So the Escort's got the same brand radiator, and it's freaking tiny. It's got Maridine thermo on it. If I can get up there and show you. Yeah, it's tiny, but the idea is it's got to have a really good fan. It cuts in at the right time, the right thermostat. Look at it, it's absolutely tiny. But yeah, 500 horsepower on the dyno. No problems keeping it cool. So nasty oil leak here. I think it's from here. Not surprised. I'm not worried about that at the moment. This is just the initial stages. So yes, amazing. So I've got to find the time now to put this back in the car. I've got so much going on at the moment. I've got this Escort here. I've got the engine still at the machine shop. One of the boys is off sick. So yeah, that's delayed, but that's all good. I'm not going to rush him. He's doing a bit of port work on the cylinder head because I had to make a new head for it. But yeah, bloody, hopefully we'll I am almost stuffed up. I forgot being in auto transmission world for a while now, and I forgot to get the I forgot about the spigot bearing for the back of the crank. I'm like, shit, I better make sure I get that. Going back to the manual transmission world now, so put the engine back in this old girl. And the dog's, he's happy about it. Yep. No, so yeah, have this thing running on its own steam. But another thing I'm trying to figure out is I've got this top loader gearbox, and I bought it with he made it solar to me, gave me the tail shaft too, and I looked at the input shaft and it looks different to the C4. So yeah, that's another thing I've got to look into, but I can worry about that later. Go back to the beginning. So here's what I've got on the coupe, on the Cleveland. Kill shot EFI top end kit. So basically, these are dramatically cheaper. Oh, if you look at the big picture. So I'll go back to the beginning. I had the option of running the Holley carburetor, and then I'm running the Edelbrock inlet manifold, air gap manifold. So just to run a Holley carburetor, brand new, with Edelbrock air gap manifold, the China one, not the proper American one, it was like $1,800. And obviously, if you do a bit of shop around, I'll get a second-hand carburetor and all that sort of bizzo. But then I factored in the price of an ICE ignition system, so it's distributor, leads, ignition box. It was well over $3,000 just to set up a carburetor. And I'm like, the way the fuel prices are going now, you know, running this engine on 98 octane, it's freaking expensive. So I decided to start shopping around. So I was looking at the Holley Sniper EFI. It was a bit dearer. So I'm looking at reviews and I'm seeing what's out and about. And on Facebook newsfeed, this Aces EFI kept coming up. So have a look into it. So here's just what I've got, right? Kill shot EFI top end kit. So this is basically, yeah, as you can see in the photo, screenshot there, there's distributor, the mini dash. You can get a bigger one if you want. Throttle body carburetor, if you like call that, or just a throttle body, injectors in it, coil, all that. So you just go down, you see there in the top row, you got black, polished, or gold. I got black. Then you got 351 Cleveland or 460, the same. What engine you want to go from. So yeah, tells you what it is. So 4-barrel, throttle body, 4 to 150, magnetic distributor, ignition coil, 5-inch handheld GPS speedometer. So yeah, really good. Absolutely awesome. So if you want to look at the big picture, righto, what's the price? There's 2,300 Australian dollars, and then that was including freight because I jumped on one of their sales I had on. And then I had to pay, when it got to Sydney, got to customs, had to pay another $461 duty tax. So yeah, that bumped the price up. But if you look at the overall picture, that's a hell of a lot better option than going a carburetor. I know everyone loves their carburetors. I get it. But this car, this Falcon hardtop, I want to run it. I want to get out there and I want to enjoy it. I want to drive it. So yeah, I just want maximum efficiency if I can. So the only issue I had with this Aces EFI Master Kit, all these AN fuel fittings, they just don't seem to marry up properly. Alex, shut that dogs up. So you got 6 AN, 8 AN, they just don't seem to marry up, but it's not a big deal. I can just, this Mark II Escort I've got, it's got the speed flow, all speed flow 200 series system in it, twin fuel pumps, all the gear. So I'm completely familiar with it's got its own unique fuel system from the UK. So yeah, I didn't want to chop into this kit just for the sake of starting the engine on the stand. So I've just focused on just getting the engine running on the stand. Now it's running, and then I've got to run this kit in the car. But the problem I had, same as the Escort, if you're looking close here, if I can get it right up there, see up in there, that's a Carter black lift pump. So that fuel cell in the back of the Escort's got its own surge tank. So I reckon the problem you have, this isn't a Bosch pump, I don't know what the hell it is, but these pumps do not like to suck. They like to push, but they don't like to suck. So I reckon I'll end up having to put a lift pump in the boot somewhere possibly, and then I'll get a Carter black lift pump just to keep it topped up, and that way it'll feed this single pump. Because I'm running 98 octane and not E85 like in the Escort, this pump should be sufficient to run that motor. So that's a 100 micron filter that come with a kit, and then it's got another filter here somewhere that's at like it's like 10, 20 micron. That's a pre-filter. So yeah, that's where I'm at. So yeah, bloody awesomeness. So I'll do another video soon, guys. I'm also putting the engine in the car, which is totally new to me. Got no idea. So thanks for watching. Chat to you soon.